As a leader in almost every organisation today, the pressure and expectation on you to deliver bigger and faster improvements is increasing at a rate that we've never experienced before in history. Fueled by the rapid evolution of digital, most leaders now realise they need to forget about improving linearly and start moving exponentially to stay ahead. Yet doing this successfully while we're running an existing business is complex and it's increasingly difficult to achieve. Typically, most leaders faced with this new, faster world are looking to increase the speed of their organisations by monitoring and adopting best practices. And they end up creating a new strategy, continually adding, dropping and reprioritising initiatives, and restructuring teams and the ownership of initiatives. And then we do it again and again and again. And here's the interesting thing. These best practices are increasingly failing to succeed. And despite the fact that almost all organisations feel that they are making progress, the gap in performance between the very best and the average organisation is opening at an alarming rate. Globally, organisations are now investing over US $3.5 trillion annually in digital initiatives. And yet, despite the promise, 48% of those are failing to deliver any return on investment, let alone accelerate your organisation ahead of your competitors. However, the very best organisations are managing to accelerate their progress, and they're doing it by addressing 4 key areas better than anybody else. And as a result, they're accelerating away from their competitors, opening the gap even further, and meaning that the average organisation, despite their own significant investment and their own progress, will actually end up with a 12% drop in revenue and a 10% drop in profit. And in many cases, this is going to be catastrophic. We call this increasing gap between those successfully accelerating and driving exponential improvement across those 4 areas and the average organisation which isn't and is getting left behind, the acceleration gap. So what are the 4 areas where they will likely be better and faster than you? Number 1, they've realised that every digital initiative needs to deliver real business outcomes, and every part of their business strategy has to be challenged and accelerated by digital. So they've stopped relying on having a separate digital strategy, and they are executing a unified digital business strategy. Number 2, they've stopped focusing on trying to control everything by continuously reprioritising, waiting for results, hoping for results, and instead they focus on aligning everything across their organisation, and while they're doing it, they've found ways to get much faster business outcomes from many initiatives at once, significantly increasing the speed and the magnitude of their gains. They align their organisation for rapid cycles of success. Number 3, they've realised that there are no silver bullets, and that to get real results, every new initiative needs to understand and leverage, rather than just dismiss your existing capabilities, yet at the same time that they have no choice but to introduce emerging technologies that challenge their current thinking at just the right time to get a real jump on their competitors. They integrate and leverage existing new and emerging capabilities. And number 4, they've realised that having large parts of their organisation stuck with a business as usual mindset means that they are missing opportunities to leverage and get real business gains right now from their existing investments. And that failing to move forward means that unless they think differently, their existing capabilities are soon going to hold the rest of their business back. They continuously reinvent business as usual. To succeed, you need to find a new way. A way that challenges and ensures your business accelerates like the very best by continuously executing all 4 of these things in parallel. Your internal teams likely won't get you there. Their own agendas and their day jobs don't allow them to keep up with, develop and test, and improve the rapidly evolving approaches required. Independent consultants just can't keep up. They leverage their experience, but without being immersed in the new and emerging technologies, their experience is increasingly out of date, often now in months, not years. Best of breed suppliers will send you down their own rabbit hole, and yet the reality is today there is always more than one right answer, and there are no single silver bullets. And specialist technologists just don't deliver business results. Stuck at the technology level, they fail to get real business results quickly enough. And when you look at 48% of initiatives with no ROI, this proves this in the most painful possible way. With 25 years of experience and as an award-winning partner with many of the best names in Silicon Valley, Fronde understands what it takes to run a reliable and efficient existing business and how to be fast, agile and transformative at the same time. With hundreds of customers across APAC, we spend every day working with organisations, helping them to focus on these 4 areas, enabling them to accelerate. But what really makes us different is the extensive and unique intellectual property we have built and continue to invest in that enables you to be successful in all 4 areas at once. Are you ready to accelerate your business, to create and open the gap to win, or are you going to risk failing like the average organisation will? Talk to us now and learn more about Fronde's unique intellectual property that can enable your organisation to open the acceleration gap.